Lee, it's Monday.
Monday.
What are we doing? What was that? Lee, it's Monday.
It's Monday.
Oh dear.
So it's a DLC week again. Jack is off for some well-needed rest. We are going to be carrying on some Colour Pixels work. So Rob's made a Cards DLC, which is a bigger DLC than any one we've done before. That needs to be uploaded and QA tested, get ready for releasing next week. And then I need to make a start on the hexceed DLCs as well, because that's this month, so we need to get that done. You need to make a mechanic for it, because it's got a brand new mechanic.
Yes, well, we've got an idea for what it might be, but we're a bit unsure about how it's going to work, so we'll see if it fits.
Yeah, watch the video and find out what we make.
Okay, so today's going to be a bit of a strange day for me. I've got a lot of catching up after my week off. There's a fair few things we have to do at the start of the month as well, especially since September, since that's the date that the 1st September is when all contracts renew, things like that. But anyway, I'm working on hexceed, so the next DLC we are doing includes a new mechanic, and someone in our Discord suggested a fairly complicated thing that we're going to try and implement, and we think it will be quite cool. So we're calling it the chain mechanic, and essentially what it does is when you unveil it, it search. Hang on, I'll just press test here. It searches immediately, like in its vicinity, just like a normal tile would. But then if it detects a bomb, it then searches around that bomb as well. So that's not right there, is it? That should unveil. That's a bug. So for this one, for example, it's detecting that there's two bombs next to it in this corner here. One there, one there. This should be white as well, so we wouldn't be able to work that out. But now, because it's detected this bomb here, it's going to search around this bomb, and it's detected another one, and that adds to it, so that makes 3, and then it's same again here for 4. So we're just kind of working out how the highlighting things work. So we think we need to get a different algorithm for both the detection and the actual highlighting itself. So for that one, when it said 4, it should only really be able to search 4. It should only highlight 4 away, right? Because if it was 5 away, then that can't be possible, because you can't have a chain of 4. Of more, yeah. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense, right? I'm going to working with portals as well. This is again just one of those things that we kind of worked out that we want a different algorithm for the actual highlighting, just because people actually play with the highlighting off for the commendation you can get. So yeah, we're going to have to change things around. But essentially with this information here, with this highlighting setting, you can work out that there's a bomb there, there's a bomb there, there's a bomb there, because if it was in either of these two here, for example, this one will be uncovered. But we can't have that because that requires knowledge of what it's actually looking at, which is a bit of a hint. So we've got to change it so that essentially this and this becomes white. And you won't be able to solve this, but you could gather some information. So we've got this here. This is just crazy talk now, isn't it? So you could assume that this one here is a bomb because it's connected to it, and it has to be bombed for it to search more than one. There's 3 here, and that means that there has to be at least 1 in this next ring here. Could possibly be 2, and then there's 2 in this whole area here. So that might make sense. It's going to be really complicated, but we're going to try and work it out anyway.
So yes, work to make sure I get the DLC stuff for this month ready. So I sent off both of the store pages for both the next Colour Pixels DLC and the hexceed DLC. The hexceed DLC does still need some screenshots attached to it, but we can send it off to get approved, and then I'll update the screenshots before I make the store page live. But yeah, both of those sent off. Now I'm going to go through the cards, or the playing cards DLC that Rob's put together. As you can see, it's much larger than previous books. It's 54 images. So I'm going to go through them all, try and get them all tested and fixed if needed. This one I played, there is a little fix to put here. You see on the A, we've got a 1 and a 2 up here. So that's one minor change to make there. Hopefully it won't be much more for the rest of the book, but we'll see as we progress.
Okay, so second day working on this new hexceed mechanic. Yesterday I managed to get basically everything in, apart from the validator. So one of the big helpful tools that we've got for hexceed is this validate button. Essentially when you press it, it tries to auto solve the level based on just pure maths. It's really complicated script, and adding this mechanic is definitely showing some complications. I think one of the issues that we're having is that it's the deduction that you have to do for it is different to any others, and also the actual like area that it encompasses changes based on the information that you have. So yeah, it's a bit awkward, but I'll try and explain this bit that I'm working out here. So this one you can work out quite easily because you clear up all the way in here. I'll just show you in test mode. Right, okay, yeah. So start off 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, and then you get to this. And you can tell because it has, for it to know, well, for it to, yeah. Well, yeah.
Have you ever had a dream that you
How do I describe it? One of the rules is that if there's only one tile next to the chain available and there's a number left, that has to be a bomb. Yeah, that one has to be a bomb, and then because there's only one available tile next to it again, that has to be a bomb, then that has to be a bomb. And then it's just, this falls into normal rules where you can basically just say, okay, there's 3 bombs already done in this area, middle click to clear that. This is getting a bit more complicated up here though. So you can follow along that information for the most part up to here, but then when you get to this bit, you can see it's changed to register 5, which means that we know that 1 bomb has to be here, but you can't actually tell whether it's here or here. But from that information, you can actually work out that that's safe, because if it is here, then you know that this tile has to be safe, and if it's here, then this tile has to be safe as well. So basically, in all of the positions where it could be, you have to check around all of them to see if there's a tile that is in all of them, and that has to be safe. Anyway, I'm trying to work it out. Anyway, it's getting quite complicated. Lee's been in the hexceed. Don't show that, Lee. In the hexceed chat, and there's a lot of false positives happening, so we're gonna have to do a lot of work on this, I think, but hopefully it should be worth it.
So I've gone through and play tested all of the levels for the new playing cards book, and I've just re-imported them all there, you can see, and I've given them all the names, so it's Ace of Spades, 2 of Spades, etc. instead of just the numbers. In terms of fixes, there was this many to fix over here at the top here, but none of the fixes were very large, and it was consistent throughout, so all the aces had a yellow dot here, for example. And some of these ones here, where we had the grid of 4, and then the ones underneath, this particular symbol was turned upside down. And that was, so they're all pretty simple fixes. The one we haven't played yet is this one, because I had to make a big change to this. If you have a look, you can see this is the 8 of diamonds, but it's obviously the club's symbol. So I'll fix that and re-import it. That's the only one left to play test. So if we launch in now, hopefully if everything's imported correctly. Well, first off, you check the names, and then if the names are good, we'll play test the 8 of diamonds as well to make sure that is correct as well. That's the name I was going to check, Queen of Diamonds, because that'll be the longest one. If that fits, they'll all fit. So yeah, it looks good. I'll play test that final level, and then this will be good to go.
Yeah, so this morning I spent a lot of time continuing on with the validator issues we were having with the new mechanic on hexceed. I think it's about there. Yeah, we'll have to see. Lee's gonna make some more levels, and then we'll see if it starts passing them. But all the levels that we've got at the moment, it passes. So, or it doesn't pass if it's not solvable, which is quite good. But yeah, anyway, back to colouring voxels, which I've been working on this afternoon. Basically just going through all of the bugs we've got on Trello. There's quite a few. Yeah, so we've got quite a few bugs. They just keep pouring in, as you would expect. We're getting there though. The sort of like smaller items, like stuff like a visual bug on the main menu here, things like that, things that don't really matter, but we do like to get fixed. So I've just been plodding on with those. A lot of like simpler stuff. I've been doing a lot of work on this button here. So a couple of issues with this one. The whole point is that it removes the level from being visible on the main menu. You can't really see it because it's a bit of an awkward position here, but you see this gap here where that level was. So that's working a bit better now. So the icon changes now, which is new. So when you press it, you can see whatever. The colour does actually change. It's just that you can't see it very well on the lighting side of things. Where am I going? It is a different colour to the white. but you can't see it really with some of the lighting settings anyway. And yeah, when this is off, you can now also see the wall of the neighbouring levels, which was a bit of an issue we had. So before, you could just see through. These back faces weren't being rendered properly at all, and I managed to fix that, and it's quite a good issue to fix as well, because some of the old time-lapse animations that we did do, see how you can sort of like see each individual face pop in and out, whereas before it was blocks, which looked a bit nicer. So now I've actually fixed that issue. I might be able to fix that to make these time lapses look a bit nicer. But yeah, one thing at a time. I'm going to focus on the bugs first.
Making a start on the hexceed DLC. Obviously finished up the validator stuff, so now it's time to make some levels and actually check that it works. But yeah, part of the normal process is setting up the actual world layout, try to make it look a bit more like a chain. Best I can do that in hexagons, just to represent the actual mechanic itself. And with it being a new mechanic, I'm going to have to go through a lot of tutorials. So down here on the book, done some mad scrollings, just sort of working out how many levels I want to do per each mechanic introduced, and that's translated across onto Trello here as well. So I've gone ahead and made all the tasks for the levels down here, and don't know how long it's been in Trello, but now you can actually add dates to the tasks on the checklist as well. So instead of making loads of Trello cards for each individual level, I've gone ahead and made it so each time there's a new mechanic introduced, that's a new set of levels on a task, and then broke that down into a checklist, so I can actually set myself goals per day on how many levels I need to try and make. So I've been at this new mechanic for a couple of hours, stopping and starting here and there to do some testing for the colour and voxels builds that I was doing. But yeah, this mechanic is pretty difficult, even just trying to tutorialize it. But I'm getting there. But as you can see that at the bottom, I have broken the validator a couple of times, so we're pushing those for Rob to have a look at. Again, I think I've broken it. It might just be a case that I'm understanding something wrong, you know, thinking the level should work when it shouldn't, that sort of thing. But yeah, the first level here is very basic. Rob did point out you can complete the level just by, you know, not using the mechanic at all for these like 3 bits here, which is kind of fine because it's the first level. My concern is that the mechanic itself doesn't actually work the way that the highlighter for the mechanic doesn't work the way normal the highlighter normally works. Like, it doesn't really give you any indication of what it's really looking at. It does and it doesn't, so it's kind of tricky in that sense. So for the first level, I think this is alright. I liked how I've repeated the this little island twice, showing that this is a 4 because they're all connected. This is only 2 because there's something breaking the chain. Level 2 follows a similar pattern, just showing off that the walls break the chain. So this will be a 5, this will be a 3 because these aren't connected. And then using the same logic here with the wall, and you learn how the mechanic works, you should uncover this tile. Theoretically these 2 tiles as well, but again, for the starting level, you can definitely uncover this tile and there's no risk of finding the last bomb. And this one is what I've been stuck on for quite some time. So I've been trying to make different little islands here where you do need to use the mechanic to progress to the rest of the island. So for example, you've got the 3 here. There's only 3 spots it can be once you uncover this, and therefore you know those are safe once you've applied the logic. Same with these 2, just different patterns showing that there can be bombs in these extra spots, so you've got to be careful where you click the revealed tile. This one is the exact same as this, just different layout. And then these 2 is where it gets a bit tricky. So this is a 3, so as you get, it's easier to show it in the actual level, so I can show the numbers. So yeah, this bit here, as you progress, is a 3. So you know there's 3 bombs, you've got 1 there, and then you've got 1 connected to here, so you can kind of work out there'll be 1 there, and then there'll be 1 there or there, you're not sure where, so that's safe, and then you can progress there. And this one has been what's been causing all the havoc. So yeah, 5, got to be 1 there, got to be 1 there, and now that's met. There's 4 left, there's 3 left, so you go 1, 2, 3, and that lets you progress. But if I go to these broken versions, so this is where this isn't possible, but that's fine. The broken bit here, if you press validate, you see that the validator tries to progress here. It just assumes the bomb's there, which is incorrect, and it gets still stuck. Here on broken 2, you'll notice I've removed the starting tile just so it doesn't even register this bit. And then what happens is up here, which is just the corrected version from the finished tutorial level, is that the validator straight up gets stuck. It doesn't, for some reason, can't work out that there should be one there and there. Not sure if it's just, you know, not thinking like the chain should. But yeah, this should be possible. Pretty obvious that it's possible. The validator just gets stuck. So Rob,
Hello.
it's totally Friday and not Tuesday because we forgot to record and you're off.
I've had a haircut. Yeah, thanks very much for watching. It's been a week. Why am I sounding so depressed all of a sudden? But yeah, we've got Playing Cards DLC coming out for Colouring Pixels. That should be coming out the day that this video goes out, which is really good. It's our best one yet, right? Because I did it. No, it's got 55 levels, is it? 54? 54 levels, so 55 achievements. So fingers crossed people will absolutely love it. Yeah, it's a lot of fun, and we really want to actually make some merch, don't we? Some playing card merch, but we'll see. We'll see. Thanks very much for watching. Thanks to all the people who tuning into streams and watching the YouTube videos this far, and chatting in Discord and stuff. So